Well, hi everyone. Welcome to Echo Art with Carmella-T. Thanks for having a cup of coffee with me. You know, a cup of coffee is so good, especially after you've been doing your artwork for many hours. And we've talked about that before. Or you're working on a project for a lot of hours and then you have a cup of coffee. So thank you for being with me. It is evening and I meant to get on here earlier, but I was creating and thinking and kind of experimenting needle felting little critters, and and then kind of testing them out in the tiny little flower pots that we got from the thrift shop yesterday, and the little shells. So we're going to take a closer look at the shells in a few minutes. But if you are new to the channel, we create with all recycled materials, fabrics, and supplies. And it's our way to give the earth a little hug. When you don't put things right into the recycle and you extend the life of it, you are actually holding back from adding to the greenhouse effect. Because when something goes into the landfill, it breaks down and it may be emitting, most likely, toxins of some kind, especially if it's synthetic or it has some kind of chemicals in it. So, and if you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. Now, this morning we went live on TikTok, and just briefly, and just to kind of give them a little share on the thrift shop items. And we were talking about the meditation video we're going to do. So the meditation video, I think what it's going to be looking like is it will be a chakra, based on chakra. So we'll take each of the chakra colors and kind of break them down, and then do a video, like a meditation video, you know, on the first chakra color. And if you're not familiar with chakra, we'll review that and what the colors mean. So with that, I got a couple things out. I got my little tiny shovel, my scissors, because I went to get some soil today to plant these beautiful, beautiful petunias. You see, they're really, really multiplying, and they're growing tall. So I ended up getting, I'm going to take a sip of this. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. I got this flower pot that is just adorable. It's from Istanbul. It's really adorable, the design. It's like a vintage vibe going on, but it drains, and then it has the little dish there. So the petunias need that kind of a drain. They need that kind of flower pot. So this is the soil that I got, and it's not that I'm trying to grow the flowers like twice as big, right? I'm really not. I just want them to be healthy, and I want them to have a little more space to grow. And a lot of times when you actually physically give them that more space, their roots will grow out, and they may grow taller, they may grow out more, they may not, but they might. So, and you can see how beautifully the orchid or lily is doing. And I mean, she's doing really beautifully. I'll leave her like that for a few minutes. These will begin probably falling pretty soon. So all we're going to do, we're going to make the transfer of these flowers super simple. And you know, we're not going to put any stress on them. So the other thing after we do this, then yes, I will share the needle felted critters with you. So we will do that very shortly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I just kind of want to get a couple of shovelfuls, because these are, I mean, if you look at these, oh, and I got this little pitcher. This was like 50 cents or something. So we're going to fill that with water, because when we put the plants in there, we want to be able to give them some water. But if we hold these up against this beautiful flower pot, you can see that if we just put them in completely like that, they definitely have plenty, I mean, they're long enough, let's put it that way, they're long enough in height that they're going to, I'm just cutting the plastic, that they're going to fill, the roots are going to go all the way down in this flower pot. Now, I am by no means an expert, but I do know this, that if I can take this plastic and just kind of peel it like that, okay, and just take it out and put it in, I'm gonna put it in against this side, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one. Actually, this one, what I'm wondering, yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. So we'll take this one, do the same thing, and so you see it's nice and neat. It doesn't have to be a really difficult process. So just looking at this, I'm looking inside this flower pot, the dirt is coming right up to here. So I just need to fill in the sides there a little bit. And I have this tiny little shovel that probably 4 or 5 of these little shovelfuls will fill that side, will fill each side. And I wanted to do this with you because as an artist, when you have something so beautiful as this, and it's so inspirational to you, you'd like to try to keep it around. And I just thought if I show you how super simple I'm doing this. And now I did get the soil at the dollar store because I didn't want to spend tons and tons. I guess I could have gotten it from outside, but then you're risking little bugs, and you really are. And you're risking the plant that way. So this way, you know that the soil is clean and it's not going to hurt your plant. So I am just so happy I got to do this. Okay, let's see. And we got that side, and then we're done. There. Now, after I put the water in this plant, and the petunias, because it is time for it to be watered tonight. I'm just going to clean the counter, and the counter is got minimal dirt, minimal, and because it was such an easy, simple process, right? And so we're going to do this. Now, this is what I had it in. I had the two little planters that I got from the store in this. So I'm going to put this in the sink, and we're going to wash that up in a bit. But first, I am going to water these beautiful petunias because it is time for them to be watered tonight. And yeah. So I'm just going to give them that much water for the moment. And then in a little while, I'm going to water them again, just to make sure that they're, not too shocky, because this filled up down here. So I'm just going to put it in the sink and kind of let them sit in that water, because when you let them sit in the water, it helps them from being too shocky. So with that, I am going to wipe this counter, and I got a towel all ready for it because we got a little water on there. And look, now I have this much soil still left, so that's pretty good, I'd say. And so I'm going to put this to the side, and then I'm going to get some of the, well, I guess we can just bring the camera right over there. So we're doing a video, and we'll just walk across the room, because this is the little area I have been working at all a day. So for many hours today. I'll put this down. And let me just, we were going to do the shells in there, but we can do them right here. So they're in a little bag, And first I just want to show you these beautiful shells, because when you open the bag, so this is the bag, you can't really see, right? But when you look at these close up, okay, look how beautiful that is. And they're all different sizes. And I think that's what's making it so intriguing to me, is the sizes. So I take this little one. I just want to show you what this, I made a little mouse. This is one of the little creatures I made today. And so this little mouse could be sitting in here. I'd have to position him, right? You could sit him in the little shell, kind of looking up. Okay, I made a few of these little mice today. I made this one kind of looking out. And let me put that down for a second. So just kind of giving you some ideas. But these are the shells. And the other bag, let me show you the other bag, because actually, yeah, this one I found really interesting, because look, there's some of these, if you want to make like unicorns, like needle felt unicorns, what a fun little creature to make. But these little shells would be perfect for that. And so there's a bunch of these in here, and then there's some of the tiny little shells like that. So that's what's in this bag. So I wanted to kind of just show you, like elaborate on that a little bit. Now, the other thing that, so I was playing around with these little miniature flower pots, but I also got these little corkscrews out, and I was just kind of testing. I just want to show you, because once you put the little creature on something like that, I mean, it just pops. Like you could bring the little tail around like that. You can put a little ribbon on the little mouse or on the little corkscrew. These I got at the thrift shop, so I got a bunch of those, right? You might remember when I got them, I took some and I put little fabrics on them. This is a while ago. And so, you know, but you can play around with that. This is very tiny, this little mouse, and so is this, okay? This one doesn't have its tail yet, but this is just I like the little raggedy tails, and sometimes I tie them and put little knots in them or put a little bow on them. But these are just some ideas. But I'm just going to put them in the shell again for you. I just want you to see, like, I mean, why would you put a mouse in a shell? But you know what? To be different, maybe, to be a little creative. But how cute is that, all in all? And so the shells with the same idea. So this is what I did get done. Okay, the other day I did this little sheep, okay? And this is what I call a proxy. It's kind of like, I'm experimenting with it. This is not something I would sell, but it's something I wanted to see if I took the little pieces of wood, which I have from long ago, just little pieces of sticks. That's all those are. And then I wrapped the yarn around the sticks, and I put a little fabric glue to hold. That is when I would use the fabric glue, because if you don't, these little strands will come off the stick. So I was playing around with that, and so I needle felted this little sheep, and then I was kind of testing it on the driftwood, how that would look, and I like it. I think that's really cute. So I'm going to refine my the anatomy of the sheep and make some to go on the driftwood. So I think they wouldn't look right in the shells. I mean, now the other thing I made this today, are these little, because Halloween is coming, and I just want to show you, I was testing out these little pumpkins, and just testing them out and using, this is, use the beige sheep's wool, this color, this color. And then I took roving and I just put it around it to give the little pumpkins color. So they're just sitting on here. Now you got to make the bottom flat if you're going to do that. And you can use yarn or you can use ribbon. I wanted to use some raggedy type of fabric to kind of tie like that to make the pumpkin. So I'm going to, again, I was just experimenting, thinking, exploring, just revisiting what designs might be coming to my mind today. Now with these pumpkins, a couple other things you can do is take the pumpkin and you can set it right on the little corkscrew there and you can decorate that. Okay, so that's an idea. Or yes, you can put them in a little shell. There's no reason why you can't. I really do like the little mouse in the shell. It's just not really coming out as cute as it really is. Maybe like that. But and or in, you can also, this one's big enough, I think it kind of sits right up on top of the little flower pot, and then you can paint the flower pot. So I just wanted to share these few little things. It's just a little beginning of making these little creatures and making some little designs to go in the shells, in the little flower pots, on the little tiny pieces of driftwood. So I hope it gives you some ideas. And guess what? We haven't forgotten our little gnome. And you know, I made a bunch of these a number of years ago. So we're going to make some more gnomes. And we'll be making, maybe we will use our little mini wall hangings to do our meditation videos for the chakra. Okay, so I put this one together just a little while ago. So you fold the back of it. It's a little uneven, but you fold the back of it, put a pin in. This is WIP. And then get your fabrics that you just like, the little designs, and just kind of set it to the side. That's what I do. I'll do about 5 or 6 of these like this, and then I can sit and I can just stitch through all of my little mini wall hangings. So I hope that gives you some good ideas, and I hope you had a beautiful weekend. You deserve it. You work hard, and you deserve to enjoy every moment. So with that, I will see you in the next one. Love and light.